If this is Smash Bros. And Inklings are joining, no way! No way! No freaking way! No freaking way! This is not happening. They are not joining Smash.
Well. Nintendo has dropped quite the bomb on us recently. The latest Direct ended with a major teaser of the next installment of Smash Bros., the most hyped up franchise that Nintendo has ever made. Not only that, the Inklings from Splatoon are confirmed to be joining the battle. And now, it's a guarantee that we will see more of it during this upcoming E3. But until then, why not share with you guys another Smash countdown for old time's sake? This is my top 5 characters for Smash Bros. On the Switch. Now this list is going to be a little bit different than my DLC character list. First of all, none of the characters on that list will make an appearance. Don't get me wrong, I would still like to see them make it in, but I feel like I'd be repeating myself if I included them, and I want to give other characters a chance as well. Also, I will not include third-party characters, veterans, or Smash 4 assist trophy and boss characters. There have been people debating on whether this game will be a port of Smash 4 or an entirely new installment, but until further notice, I'm going to act like this is a port. And finally, this list will be based off characters I want, and also their chances of making it in. So without further ado, let's do this. You guys are probably going to find this choice a bit odd, or should I say, puzzling. So yeah, this young girl is Lip from the Japan-only game Panel D-Pon. Remember Tetris Tac and Pokemon Puzzle League? Well, those are basically Panel D-Pon, but with Yoshi's Island and Pokemon slapped over it. So why have I decided to include such an obscure character like Lip on this list? Well, for starters, Panel D-Pon has had some representation in Smash. Remember the lipstick item? Well, she's the original wielder of the stick. Also, her theme got remixed in Brawl. But that's pretty much it. In the end, her obscurity is probably going to get the best of her. Which I don't understand why Sakurai is so concerned about characters being too obscure for Smash. It's a great way to introduce characters and franchises that we've never heard of, like Fire Emblem. None of us in the US have ever heard of that franchise until Sakurai decided to put Marth and Roy in Melee. So why not put Lip in Smash Bros. For Switch? Then people can know her more. If she does make it in, I imagine she'll be given a unique moveset that could be very fun to use. Her final smash could be making a big chain of panels, resulting in a giant garbage block to fall and crush the other players. That would be cool, huh, Sakurai? From a side character in the Mario Galaxy games, to having his own game on the Wii U that will soon be ported to the 3DS and Switch, Captain Toad has sure come a long way. Many people have wanted to see Toad become his own character in Smash. No more spending days as Peach's standard B move. Well, she might end up keeping that. But that shouldn't stop Captain Toad, from joining the roster. Now you may be thinking, ugh, Captain Toad can't jump, so he can't be playable. Well, Shulk's Milano couldn't hurt people in his game, but that didn't stop Sakurai from adding him, now did it? If Captain Toad is in this game, he will be able to jump, but it would be a pretty sucky jump. His moveset would involve many of the elements from his game, including turnips, double cherries, and even the pickaxe. I also have 2 ideas for his final smash. The first one could be summoning Dragodon to attack the players, and the other one could be throwing a Power Star at the opponents, which causes Wingo to appear and snatch them up, resulting in an instant KO. I prefer the latter because of how hilarious that sounds. Also, why not have Toadette as an alternate for him? The only problem I see with Captain Toad being added is that the Mario franchise already has 7 characters. 14 if you count the individual Koopalings. So if this ends up being a port of Smash 4, I don't see it happening. But nevertheless, let's give Captain Toad a shot. I think it's safe to say that Pokemon Sun and Moon is definitely getting some representation in the next game. Whether it's through music, a stage, new Pokeball Pokemon, or how about what I consider to be the best grass starter of all the generations. How could you not take a look at Decidueye and think he's awesome? His name, his appearance, the moves he can use. It's no wonder he was included in Pokken Tournament DX. And now I think he should take the fight to Smash. With Charizard and Greninja as our fire and water starters, Decidueye could swoop in and represent the grass types. I would say bring back Ivysaur, but honestly I never found Ivysaur very fun to play as. Decidueye, however, could bring so many new moves to the table, including a potential Final Smash, which also happens to be his signature Z move, Sinister Aero Raid. Speaking of Z moves, if this is a brand new Smash, this would be a perfect opportunity to change Pikachu's Final Smash to the Z move, Catastro Pika. That would be so awesome. Also, his current Final Smash Volt Tackle really sucks. This next character was originally an honorable mention in my DLC countdown, but now has worked his way to number 2. Here he is, Bandana Waddle Dee. I don't understand why he wasn't included in Smash 4. He completes the group of Return to Dreamland. Also, King Dedede doesn't use Waddle Dees in his moveset anymore, so what gives? Bandana Waddle Dee, or Bandana Dee, however you prefer it, has so much potential for Smash. The Spear ability in Return to Dreamland was very fun to use. That itself could make up his moveset. Or maybe he could play out like he does in Super Smash Bros. 2, which had him wielding a Parasol and Beam Rod along with the Spear. On a side note, is it just me, or has Sakurai taken a few pages from Super Smash Bros. 2 before? With that aside, Bandana Dee would be a wonderful addition to the roster. He's pretty popular with the Kirby fans, and with the recent Kirby Star Allies, I think he's a very likely choice for Smash. But now it's time for my number 1 character for Smash Bros. For Switch. I hope you guys are all ready. I was going to skip out on this, but you know what? What the heck? Let's do some honorable mentions, shall we? My number 1 character for Smash on the Switch is from a franchise that, although is very popular, doesn't have many characters represented in Smash. In fact, there are only 2 characters that are actually the same character. You guys may know where I'm going with this. My number 1 character is from the Metroid franchise. My number 1 character is... not Ridley. Sorry to disappoint you all, but hear me out. Whether this next Smash is a port or a brand new game, I think Ridley being a playable fighter is almost for certain out of the question. Sakurai has stated in an interview that he just thinks Ridley would never work out as a fighter, and I think he made a good point. So, who else could they possibly get to be a new Metroid character for Smash? Well... Okay, now I know some of you may have an odd look on your face right now, while asking, who on earth is this guy? Well, if you remember my previous list, he was an honorable mention. But now it's finally time I get to talk about this guy. Sylux is one of the 7 playable bounty hunters from Metroid Prime Hunters on the DS. Not only does he have an awesome design, he has a bunch of interesting abilities that could work well in his moveset, including his weapon of choice, the Shot Coil. His backstory is also something of interest. Despite being an obscure character and also a mysterious one, Sylux sees Samus as one of his biggest enemies due to her working with the Galactic Federation. That right there is a pretty good reason to include him. Not convinced? Well, his ship known as the Delano 7 makes a cameo at the end of Metroid Prime 3, and Sylux himself makes a cameo at the end of Federation Force, though mostly off screen. Still not convinced? Well, how about this? Metroid Prime producer Kensuke Tanabe stated that he wanted the next installment of the Prime series to revolve around the rivalry between Samus and Sylux. And what game got announced at E3 last year? That's right, Metroid Prime 4. And whether Prime 4 comes out before or after Smash, what better way to promote the game by adding Sylux as a fighter? It worked with Roy, it worked with Corrin, it worked with the Woolly World stage, so it would most definitely work with Sylux. Even though he already existed, not many people know about him, and with the power of Smash, we may get a chance to know Samus' potentially biggest rival yet. So let it be known, it's time we have another character who's not only a villain, but also another representative of the Metroid series, and I would definitely look forward to playing as him. I am Nintendo222, and I hope you guys enjoyed this countdown. And yes, I still want Shovel Knight and King K. Rool to be in Smash more than anyone else.